Hello all, it is loadout time and I am going to show you what I've got inside my South Downs Way backpack. Okay, so I'm going to start from the right hand side. This stuff over here is generally what I've got on the outside of the backpack. So starting from the very top, this is going to be my sit pad. It's not a traditional sit pad. This is from Outdoor Gear Essentials and this is the light AF mat. So it's pretty light. It has been cut down to about a 3/4 length. It means as well as using it as a seat, I can also kind of stretch out on it. I can kind of air my feet. I can also put it underneath my sleep pad to kind of stop it slipping in the tent. I've got my map there, and that is the A to Z South Downs Way trail, tried and tested by many people who do the South Downs Way. Got the trowel for you know what. I've got a little massage ball here, and that's made of cork, so that hardly weighs anything at all, and that's just to kind of give the feet a little bit of TLC at the end of a long day of walking. We've got some waterproofs here. These are not expensive waterproof trousers. These are actually from Blacks, but I've used them before and they're pretty good actually for the price. I've got my Rab downpour rain jacket, which has also been treated with knit wax, so that's ready to go. I've got my pegs, and these are new pegs for my tent. So these are fake MSR groundhog stakes. So yeah, I can't remember, they're kind of unbranded eBay ones. Bit of research, wasn't prepared to pay £5 for a single MSR peg, so those will have to do. I've got this tripod which is going to attach to my shoulder strap of my rucksack. It's also a selfie stick as well, so that will replace my traditional kind of YouTubing tripod. Moving over to here, we've got water, as you can see. So I will be taking on the sides of the backpack 2 of these. So these are smart water bottles. They're 850ml each, so what's that, 1700 milliliter. And then I've got this one which is, I think it's a 600 milliliter, and that's also going to strap onto the other shoulder strap of the rucksack. So that will be on one, that will be on the other, and I can kind of reach for them and I can fill these up at water points, taps as needed. So moving on to the cook system. So it's pretty much all in one. I have got a little gas stand there. If I need it, I probably will. Some of you have seen this before, so this is the Tokes Titanium 750ml pot. So inside I have got a little Cedar Summit X cup for coffee, tea, that sort of thing. I've got the BRS titanium stove. I've got a lighter. I've also got a backup fire striker thing. And then inside there, I've got a little gas canister, and that all goes back in, if I can remember the way that I had it. So it all goes in there, that goes on top, and that, and back into there. So that's the cook system, quite pleased with that. That's pretty lightweight. And moving further across, we have the trekking poles. So to date, over the last few years, I've been using quite cheap trekking poles. They're DD ones. They've served a purpose, but I just want to invest in something with a little bit more strength and reduce the weight as well. So these are from NatureHike, same manufacturer as the backpack, and these are carbon fiber poles. I got these from AliExpress and they were around £50 shipped. They got cork handles, and the other thing I like about them is they've got these clips here to extend the poles, so you don't have to kind of screw, like unscrew telescopic, you know what I mean. I've had problems with those before, they haven't really worked in my favour, so looking forward to trying those out. In terms of the sleeping bag that we got here, this is going to sit at the bottom of the rucksack, and this is the Robens Glacier 1 sleeping bag. I tend to use this from sort of late spring through to kind of early autumn, 2 to 3 season-ish bag. I'm going to come back to this one in a minute. This is my what I call my odds and sods bag. Moving down to here, let's look at the sleep pad. So I've got a brand new sleep pad. This is the Exped Ultra 3R MW insulated sleeping pad, and I've been trying this out at home, and it's really comfy, and I'm really glad that I got the wide version. That is sitting in the back of the backpack. I'm not rolling it up. It's going to be a rectangular shape, and it just sits kind of down the back of the pack. The pillow is a fake Sea to Summit pillow made by Trekology. It's pretty much identical. What we got here? We've got a tent. This is the Wild Country Helm Compact One. It's the outer and the inner. I probably can make this a little bit more compact, but yeah, you can see it's not too bad. So that's all attached and ready to go. I've got the poles, which are going to go down the side of the backpack. So it's kind of evenly distributed, and then underneath I've got the footprint ground sheet as well. So I've got everything that would be used. I did deliberate about whether I was going to take the outer, but in the end, just for kind of comfort, I felt it was worth it. So I'm going to just take the whole lot, be a bit more comfortable, be a bit more warm. Also, I've got a thinner sleeping bag, so it'll kind of cut the wind out a bit more, a bit less drafty. So I'm really glad I've got the whole tent system. You know I like a beanie. Bought a brand new beanie here. This is from Danish Endurance. Really comfy beanie that's actually made from recycled plastic bottles, and it's super soft. I can't believe how soft it is and how warm it is. So that's going to be my new beanie for kind of cold nights on the hills. I've had the gloves for years. These are Montane. I'll put the model up on the screen if I can find it, but these just scrunch up, super small. They're insulated gloves, and they're just really great for hiking and camping, and they can just kind of be stuffed anywhere really, so, and they don't weigh hardly anything. So this is my down jacket. This is from Decathlon. It's the Forclaz Trek 100 jacket, brand new. I do have it already, but my one is rather old now. It's about 4 or 5 years old, and it's got holes in it, and it's just been used to death. So I wanted to get the same one again, but brand new, and just, you know, it's something that I can trust and I can use. Okay, so now to the odds and sods bag. First thing out, we've got a windshield. This is from AlpKit. I did consider the kind of one of those roll titanium ones that kind of roll up and are really loud, but they can be a little bit iffy, and they can heat up around the gas canister. So I know some people will think that's a little bit heavy, but just for safety purposes, I just wanted to use that instead, and it will be windy where I am, so I definitely do need to have a windshield. Next up is, we know what that is, that goes with the trowel. Just to mention, I've taken the cardboard roll out of the middle so you can kind of flatten it down, and I'll pop that into a Ziploc bag, and just to keep the moisture away so that I can use that. Next thing out is power bank. Next up is the first aid kit. I have kind of personal items. Again, some people are going to say this is too much, but I don't care really, because it's what I need. Oh, it's a titanium spork that I've put in some bubble wrap that I found, just to stop it kind of poking into other things. A microfiber travel towel, a compass. We've got head torch, the world's smallest Swiss Army knife. Oh, what's the name of this? I'll put the name of it on the screen, but it's basically the tape that most people use and have to repair their tents if they need to. A little pot of Vaseline. So far, I have not had a blister. There's electricals. I won't get this all out, but there's just a few cables. I've got an old phone, an old Nokia phone, because I have quite a good iPhone that I will be using mostly just for filming. I will be doing this on my own, and I want my family to be able to contact me, or I want to be able to contact them if there is an emergency. Now, in terms of the pack itself, this is the NatureHike ultralight backpacking pack. I think that's what they call it. It's got a capacity of 40 litres plus 5, so 45 litres in total. It's kind of a classic kind of roll down hiking rucksack, so it's not like your traditional rucksack that you might use for just sort of standard camps. I do have quite a large clear liner. Now, Before you ask, this isn't one of those expensive liners that you can get. This is actually the bag that AliExpress sent the rucksack in. Rather than throw it away, I thought I would reuse it to line the rucksack. So my sleeping bag, which also includes my thermals and kind of overnight and spare socks and things like that, which I haven't showed you, that's inside the dry bag where the sleeping bag's in. That's all going to go inside here with the down jacket, just to kind of ensure that everything is completely dry should the worst happen, and that goes to the bottom of the rucksack. And then everything else, as you saw, has its own dry bags. I've kind of grouped everything off and everything has its own dry bag. So hopefully, fingers crossed, bar an apocalyptic flood, I'm hoping we should be okay. You may have noticed there's no food. That is because I have it kind of off camera. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put all of this back into here, and then we'll do a base weight measurement, less the water, less the food, and then I'll add the food and the water, and then we'll measure it again, and we'll see how it compares. Okay, we're all packed up. So this is going to be the base weight measure. No water, no food in there, but everything else. Okay, that's coming in at about 10.1 kilograms. So 2 and a bit litres of water, 4 days worth of meals. Going to get all of that in there, and we're going to weigh it again. Okay, everything is now in the pack. It looks like it's coming in at just over 15, about 15.3. So we're all done. One thing I should mention just before I go is that this is a combination of me using things I own already and kind of a bit of expensive stuff and a bit of budget. So it's a kind of a blend, spending within my means, not going crazy. Deliberately chose not to spend hundreds of pounds on things that either I couldn't afford or I might not use again. But I'm quite pleased with it. It perhaps could be lighter. I might see if there's anything I can kind of tweak or take out. But yeah, in summary, we're looking at 10.1 kilograms on the base weight, and with the water and the food, we're looking at just over 15. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this kind of thing, there's another video kind of coming up on the screen now of another loadout that I did, a winter loadout that I think you will quite enjoy. Thanks a lot, everyone. Take care, and I shall see you on the next one.